there. We're reading Cecil the Lazy Dragon tonight. Here he goes. Cecil Dragon was grown up, but he still lived with his parents. Their house was really too small for 3 large dragons, but it was very neat and tidy, apart from Cecil's room, for Cecil was a very lazy dragon. After all, he thought, why should I bother to rush about tidying my room when I could just stay in bed, reading a comic? Why bother to stand at a stove cooking things to eat, when I could just breathe flames in my food and it would be done in a trice? Why bother to go outdoors when I could just stay in bed all day? In other words, why should I bother to do anything when I could be enjoying doing nothing? What are we going to do with you, Cecil Dragon, his mother would say, sniffing into her handkerchief. You won't lift a claw to help in the house, or try to find a job, added his father, his face turning red as a strawberry. How can we afford to keep you at home doing nothing for the rest of your life? And you make the house seem even smaller, sobbed his mother, always being here. You need to be taught a lesson, said his father sternly, but he couldn't for the life of him think what sort of lesson that would be. How could he make Cecil find a job if he couldn't even get him out of bed? Don't worry, parents dear, Cecil would say airily, shrugging his shoulders. It'll all work out in the end. And meanwhile, why should I bother to do anything when I can do nothing? One day, as usual, Cecil was lying in bed, reading a comic. His parents were out at work, and he was very happy doing nothing. This is the life, he said, sighing deeply and very contentedly. Cecil was too lazy to look around. If he had, he would have noticed that sparks from his sigh had caused the bedroom curtains to catch fire. Oh dear. Soon you could smell burning. Then you would hear crackling. You would also begin to hear much too warm. But Cecil just shrugged. After all, why should he bother to do anything when he could be doing nothing? But this time Cecil had to do something. Flames were leaping up all round him. The whole house had caught fire, including his bed and his comic. If he did nothing a moment longer, he would burn to a crisp. Snakes alive, cried Cecil, and just managed to get out of the house before it collapsed in flames. Cecil was unharmed apart from his tail, which was smouldering. He went over to the duck pond to cool it down. What a sizzle it made! When Cecil's parents returned from work, they found him still wearing his pyjamas, lying on the front lawn. Here's him putting his tail in the pond, look. This time Cecil had really gone too far. His mother was so upset she needed 20 handkerchiefs to dry her tears. His father was so angry his face turned the colour of a raspberry. He shouted at Cecil for a good 30 minutes, but Cecil wasn't even listening. Look. Don't worry, Daddy said when he could get a word in. It'll all work out in the end. How can it work out in the end? Roared his father, whose face was now as scarlet as a very, very ripe plum. Something has to be done first, and you never do anything except set houses on fire. Look, said Cecil, why don't you and Mum go and stay with Auntie Lucy? Leave everything to me. I have a plan. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. I'll believe that when I see it, muttered his father. Here's the next picture. It says Cecil's the fastest food in town. But Cecil did have a plan. When he had gone to the duck pond to cool down his tail, he had noticed a long line of animals queuing up at Sid Fox's hamburger stall. The animals were getting very cross because Sid Fox was being so slow. Seeing that long queue had given Cecil a very good idea. Cecil's plan was to set up a hamburger stall of his very own. Above it he put a big sign, Cecil's, the fastest food in town. And it was the fastest food in town. All that Cecil had to do was breathe on the food and it was cooked in a flash. Soon he made so much money he could afford to buy his parents a house big enough for at least 10 full-sized dragons. Cecil's parents were delighted with their new home. "You've done us proud, son," said his father, and this time his face stayed its normal green colour. His mother even kissed Cecil's cheek. As for Cecil, he bought himself a double dragon-sized bed, which he set up beside his stall. Here he goes, he's in his bed, breathing fire on the food. "Why should I bother to do anything when I can happily do nothing?" he laughed to his customers as he lay in bed reading a comic and cooking 10 sausages, 4 hamburgers and 2 chicken legs in one hot breath. The end.